Welcome everyone to the first edition of In the Spotlight for 2022. I'm here today with Jack from RISETEK. Jack, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
So, I was hoping you could introduce me briefly to yourself as well as RISETEK before we go into it.
Absolutely. So I have been in the parking and transportation industry for the past 3 decades, primarily specializing in working with large and small municipalities across North America and South America. And as part of that, I've been deploying technology that's trying to improve the efficiencies of operations and give access to data. As such, I partnered up with RISETEK Global. And RISETEK was formed primarily in response to a large opportunity in New York City for the Department of Finance Vehicle Immobilization and Citation Collection Program. There we collect over $60 million a year on behalf of the City of New York, utilizing our patented Intelliboot, which is a self-releasing boot technology, and the corresponding LPR enforcement software and our VERGE data analytics platform we use to make that operation far more efficient than it had been in the past.
All right, so introduce the Intelliboot a little there. Could you go a bit deeper into what exactly the solution is?
Sure. So the Intelliboot is a self-releasing vehicle immobilization device, or a boot, as it's typically referred to. Traditional boots have been around for 50, 60 years, the wheel lock, the heavy metal wheel locks that go on the vehicles. Our device is different. It is intended to be removed by the customer, which not only improves the customer experience, but it reduces the operating burden. With traditional boots, the operator has to send staff out to take the boot off a vehicle. And in cities like New York, just getting from point A to point B could take hours. So one of the goals of the cities there was to allow the customer to be on their way in minutes instead of many, many hours of waiting around for someone to come take it off. So our device is, like I said, patented, and it provides a number of advantages. It's easy to take off by the customer. It's just a simple code that has to be entered into. But it has a number of security features such as GPS tracking, so we always know where the boots are at. In New York City, we have over 10,000 boots deployed based on the size of the program. And we also are able to roll the code so that each device has a sequence of codes instead of just one code to unlock it, providing a higher level of protection of fraud and abuse.
So using tech to save time and help as much as possible to the users in the end. And could you tell me a bit more on VERGE Analytics?
Sure. So VERGE was spawned in partnership with IBM. We had them develop a data analytics platform. Specifically for New York, it was designed to make the locating of scofflaws much more efficient. So historically, what had been done is vehicles with LPR cameras would randomly drive around the streets of New York, hoping that they would come across a scofflaw. Well, the reality was there was a tremendous amount of data available that would help us identify with high probability where a scofflaw would be located. So instead of randomly searching the city, we are able to utilize the data available to us, the information on parking tickets, red light camera tickets, registered owner vehicle information, and our historic plate read database from the LPR system to predict where we could find scofflaws. And not just any scofflaw, we could prioritize scofflaws based on the amount of money they owed the city or the type of violation that their fines were based upon. So if the city specifically wanted to target folks that were red light camera violations or maybe abusing handicapped parking spaces, we were able to pinpoint that customer base and go after them more efficiently.
So I understand then this is directed towards cities, both the Intelliboot as well as VERGE Analytics?
Well, it's a great tool for cities, but it also works for your traditional parking operation, big and small. We have clients of all sizes and of all types. It's a tool that works very well in all sizes of operations. The VERGE platform is more geared towards cities where you have a large data pool, a large geographic platform that you're trying to manage more efficiently.
So are there any success stories then that can really showcase these benefits these solutions provide?
Yeah, well, I think the biggest success for most of our clients is the customer experience. So the customer now, as I described earlier, is accustomed to sitting around waiting for hours or having to go to an office and make a payment in order to get their boot off. Our system allows them to take the boot off in a matter of minutes. They can call our 24/7 call center or access payment and information over the web, which is very efficient. But statistically, I go back to New York as a great success story. Our predecessor there, who had run the program for 6 years, was performing at an okay level. The city was satisfied. But utilizing our VERGE platform and leveraging the data available to us, we saw and realized a 30% increase for New York City overnight, which at the scale of that program represents roughly $18 million more in collected revenue, which is a big earth mover for anybody, including New York City.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like a big benefit. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, Jack?
No, I think the other value that we're able to bring by bringing the data into VERGE, we also work with local law enforcement. So on numerous cases, we're able to assist law enforcement utilizing our license plate read information to help them do their job, investigative work. And we're very, very pleased to be able to jointly bring that data to multiple city departments. So that's the real opportunity that we see. The data has value to numerous groups, departments within a city.
Well, Jack, thank you for joining us today for this interview. I'm sure it's going to be implemented in even more cities coming in 2022.
Great. Well, I appreciate the opportunity. A pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you everyone for joining today. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.